Hey guys, if you are new here, my name is Billy Jenkins. We are Silver Creek Doodles. We breed Golden Doodles, Australian Labradoodles, Bernedoodles, and Aussie Doodles, but in today's video we are introducing our newest Petite-Mini multi-gen Golden Doodle litter. So yesterday she started doing the whole nesting thing. By the time that she actually started pushing, it's kind of funny because she's one of those girls that like she wants to lay down and hold off as much as she can. But if she was up and walking around like you can see her outside, she's like walking, pushing. Walking, pushing. And you can see how big she is this way. She is just waddling. So as you can see, and if you've not already seen my updated pictures on other social medias like Facebook, she did have 8 babies, 7 living. So our first puppy was deformed. I don't know if I want to post at the end of this video. I know some people might want to skip out on seeing that, but I know some people might want to see that, and it's part of the breeding world. You know, you're going to get some that, you know, who knows if they were packed in there so much that, you know, this puppy, this little female, just did not get the nutrition that it needed, so ended up being this way. But let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm going to start showing off the puppies. We're going to say she had 7 puppies. We're not going to count this 8th one just for the fact I don't want to, you know, confuse people that she doesn't have that other puppy. So 7 puppies. We are going to go ahead and start with the first one that was born. So we did have Miss Josie in here. There's this tempered glass little area that, you know, she's just been hanging out here with us instead of put in the whelping area. So she started having him here, so I did let her. So by the time that I put her in there, she did have her last puppy. I was using this camera, which I normally don't use because this camera goes like with the light, and my other camera that I usually like take to the vet and stuff like that is usually the one that I set up because it's more automatic instead of this one you do have to like set things. Well, this camera focuses on the closest thing, so you just seen it focused on my hand. Well, I didn't have that play a part, so a lot of the video of the birthing is blurry. I'm sorry, but I will at the end of this video after we get done showing them all off. I'm just gonna fast forward through everything, have the video in there to kind of see. Some, you know, are clear, but other ones are just, they're blurry. You know, mama's in the back and it's either focused on my arm or focused on the whelping box, that kind of thing. But let's go ahead and start with the first puppy so we can see how cute they are. So here is Miss Pink starting out. So all of these puppies are going to be wavy coated. We aren't going to have any curly puppies. But she's an apricot abstract. So she's got a white chest. We have white chin, white around the nose some, white on top of the head, white on our feet, tip of the tail. So if you can tell with this coloring, it looks kind of two-tone, like she has highlights. That means her coat will darken. It's called the Rufus gene. So she started out 9.2 ounces. 12 hours later, she just gained 0.1 ounce. So we'll have to keep everybody either gain just a little or didn't gain at all. Her milk hasn't really dropped yet. So we're just gonna have to make sure that no one's losing weight. If so, we're gonna have to either let some of the other mamas help us out or try to do kind of some type of supplement. But I hope we don't have to. Usually after about 24 to 36 hours, the milk really starts coming in. And I have been reminded already that mama doesn't do the best job with cleaning. She does an okay job, but I've already had to clean up a few puppies. But this is Miss Pink. Next is Mr. Blue. So he is our tiniest puppy. He's the darkest. So I say the darkest, but the others that have that two-tone look like they have highlights, they will darken to him, you know, as they get older. So he has that little tiny white spot on his head. I will have to say that doesn't count because that will end up disappearing. Little bit of white, maybe the same thing. He looks like he might have a white chin. That could stay. But he's mainly solid. Got a little bit of white on his toes, but very, very little. And he is a little boy. We've got some chunky puppies in this litter, but he's not one of them. He's definitely on the thinner side. He gained some of the most weight though. So he was 5.9 ounces and he's up to 6.1. So he gained 0.2, so that's good. He's a fighter, that's for sure. So there's 2 boys in the litter and he's one of them. But this is Mr. Blue. Here is Miss Purple. So she is another kind of apricot abstract. Little bit of white, little bit of white, a lot more white on the chest. So we do have some white on our feet. I know, darling. And tip of the tail. So see these back feet. She does have that two-tone color. So the Rufus gene. And she will darken. So she started out at 8.3 ounces and now she's 8.4 today, so just gained just a little. We're gonna let everybody hear you talk. That's okay. This is Miss Purple. Next is Miss Yellow. So she is kind of darker too, like Blue. She doesn't really have that two-tone color with a frosted tip look. She does have the white spot on the head, the white chin that goes down the neck, the white chest. I know. She's also got some white feet. Okay. Okay, all right. So she's our only puppy. She started out at 8.7 and she was teeter-tottering at 8.7, 8.6. So she might not have gained any last night. That might be why she's a little fussy. So when I take her back in, I'm gonna put her right back on mom and make sure that she's directly attached to a nipple. Okay, baby girl. I know, everybody's gonna enjoy that crying. All right, I'm sure mama hears her and I don't want her stressing. So let me take her back, but this is Miss Yellow. Okay. So next puppy is Miss Red. So she is an apricot abstract. Now she is the most abstract. We've got a full white nose, white on top of the head, chin, big chest, big tip of the tail, taller back feet than the others. She does have some back dew claws we're gonna have to remove in a day or two. Front feet. And she's a bigger built puppy. that I can tell. She's got a bigger head, she's broader, so she is gonna be one of the bigger ones. She started out at 11.3, she's 11.4 today. So she has gained, not too much, but she's gained, she's doing good. But you think from our little blue boy being 5.9 ounces starting, and she was 11.3, that's almost double. So she's definitely one of the bigger puppies. She does have that frosted tip look, two-tone. So again, she will darken. She actually has markings a lot like Eleanor. So the front dog on the page of my website, on like my cover page, that's Eleanor. She's colored up like her. But this is Miss Red. Next is Mr. Green. So this is our other boy. So he is an apricot coloring, but he has kind of that two-tone-ish color. So he will darken. I can't tell yet if he has any white around his muzzle until it grows on a little bit more. I don't think so. But we do have some white on our chest. We got some white on our back feet. Also got some dew claws we're gonna have to remove off the back. So he actually gained the most weight. So he was 8.3 ounces starting out, and he's 8.6. So he gained 0.3 ounces just within like 12 hours. What, darling? But this is Mr. Green. Last but not least is Miss Black Collar. So she is that apricot coloring. She is two-toned. So I do know that she will darken. She doesn't have any white on her face or her chin. She does have a little spot on her chest. Honestly though, that one probably isn't going to matter because it's kind of so small, it probably will end up being really tiny, if anything, by the time she's an adult. A little bit of white on our toes, but not much to count for. So she is mainly just a dark apricot color, reddish as she gets older. But this is Miss Black Collar. She was 7.6 ounces when she was born. Today she's 7.7 ounces. All right, so I hope you enjoyed seeing those babies as much as I enjoyed showing them off. Everybody looks and seems to be really healthy, growing, which is great. We will keep an eye on the couples that either stayed the same or only gained a little, which is kind of everybody, just for the fact that her milk hasn't fully came in yet. So we're gonna continue to feed her those rich, nutritious foods that's not gonna upset her tummy, but that's gonna help her milk, you know, come through and do well. Usually after about 24 to 36 hours, that's when it definitely falls and we get a lot more milk than as soon as the puppies are born. But what I'm gonna do now is play the birthing video. It's just gonna be in fast forward, so if you wanna watch it, after the very end of it, I will show the very first puppy that was born. And like I said, she was deformed. Beautiful tuxedo girl, beautiful red tuxedo female, but her back legs were turned kind of backwards, kind of bow-legged. She was missing a front arm about halfway down. She had a cleft palate. She didn't have a tongue. She was born breathing, but born alive, but when she would try to take a breath, it wouldn't go up past here. So it never went out her nose or her mouth. She would try to breathe, but it just wasn't happening. So, you know, it's part of breeding. I appreciate you guys, you know, watching these videos, but that will be it about her. We're not going to talk about her again because it is what it is. And it's better off that she is not here if something was going to happen in the future that was not very good with how all development was. So that is it. We've got 7 gorgeous babies. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can watch more videos like this. You know, we do updates almost every couple days. Try to be weekly of each litter, but then we've got multiple litters. So it's like videos coming out either every day or every other day. But we really appreciate you guys. But give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. It really helps our channel out. And we'll see you next time after these videos finish. So, first puppy is a female tuxedo, but her back legs are deformed and she's missing a front limb. Her jaw was super, super tight. I tried to get her to breathe when she was born, but she just took another breath. She's trying to breathe, but things aren't either connected or they're not working. Oh, what a shame. It's a good girl, good mama. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.